Hey Bayek, it's me Ian, and in today's video I'm looking at this. This is Interstellar from 2014, and this is a great film. Wow, that's why I'm going to talk about it. It is 169 minutes long. Um, it's a sci-fi film, definitely. Um, and it's on Rotten Tomatoes, 73%. By heck, that's a bit. I expected a bit more than that. That's what you expect, but hey, you should really take note. It's always the critics. I always mention it because that gives you a good measurement. But I suppose 73% isn't too bad, is it really, for them? Yes. Now, this was made on quite a big budget of $165 million. Wow. But in the box office, it made $733 million. So it was a massive box office success. Yes, it was. Now, it's written by two writers, Jonathan Nolan and the brother too, Christopher Nolan, yes, who directs it, of course. But Jonathan Nolan, he was the creator of some interesting TV series. Um, Persons of Interest, 2011 to 2016, he created that. Also, Westworld, 2016 to 2022. Wow, yeah, fantastic writer. And he's got a great script, and this script works really well for particularly what it's got to encompass, and there's a lot to encompass in this story. Um, Anyhow, it is directed by Christopher Nolan, of course. Notable films of Christopher Nolan are Memento, 2000, Insomnia, 2002, Batman Begins, of course, 2005, The Dark Knight, that's 2008, and of course The Dark Knight Rises, 2012, the brilliant Batman trilogy, one of the best. He directed all those. Also Dunkirk, who could forget that? That's spectacular. And of course, last year it was all the talk, wasn't it, in cinema box office with Oppenheimer. Yes, he did that one. So he's got quite a pedigree, But there is another part I should just add to all this, is that Kip Thorne, a theoretical physicist, was an executive producer and scientific consultant, and that was very important. There was a lot of discussions between with the script writer and also the director. So both of the Nolan brothers were very much involved with him, because they wanted to get it as accurately as possible in terms of scientific, the facts, how it would be, because that's what they wanted to do. When you've got a sort of a NASA-based story, they wanted it as quite accurately, and that's a good. I think it works well because of that as well. Now, music is by Hans Zimmer, what a composer. Gladiator 2000, Inception 2010, Doom Part 1 2021, and this year's Doom Part 2 2024. Those are just a few of the films that he's done his composing for. Now, I think I should say this now. This won a Best Visual Effects Oscar in the 2015 87 Academy Awards. So it's an Oscar winner. Yes. Have you noticed though? They always a lot of sci-fi films always get the visual effects. They don't get the director or even always the actors, which is a shame. I don't know whether that's a uh, well, it's an interesting observation, like with a lot of horror films as well. But there we are. Anyhow, this also, I think, when we look at it, also it was filmed in IMAX, and that is quite interesting because on the 4K transfer which I've got, they do it. You can see the IMAX bits in it, and it's done that. So that's in widescreen, and then it's in the normal sort of screen. Why they've done it why can't they do it all in widescreen? I don't know. But anyhow, I'm not very technical, but I thought I'd just put that in there for you. So you're bring them back. That was useful information, wasn't it? Yes. Just wondering when you're watching in 4K, because I was, thinking, hey, Bayek, it's gone like that. Anyhow, let's get into the cast. So we've got Matthew McConaughey, I suppose that's how you pronounce him. He plays Cooper, Joseph Cooper. He, of course, was in The Return of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, 1995. He was in Contact, 1997. Tropic Thunder, 2008. Magic Mike, yes, 2012. And The Wolf of Wall Street, 2017. Serenity, 2019. Quite a wide range of films that he's been involved in. And he's very good in this part, very good. He needs to be, because he carries a lot of the emotional depth of this story as well. And that is his performance gives that, definitely. Then we've got Anne Hathaway, who plays Dr. Amelia Brand. She was known Princess Diaries, 2001. Princess Diaries 2 in 2004. That was The Royal Engagement, apparently. I've never seen them, so I don't know. The Devil Wears Prada, 2000, or Prada, 2006. I know Meryl Streep's in that one. Brilliant. She was also in The Dark Knight Rises of the Nolan Batman trilogy of 2012. She was in Serenity, yes, as well, 2018. And Dark Waters, she's in Dark Waters, 2019. That's Anne Hathaway. Then we've got Jessica Chastain, who plays Murph Cooper, his daughter. And this is an important part of the film as well. She was in The Help, 2011. She was in Zero Dark 30, 2012. The Martian, The Martian, 2015. And a bit of X-Men, Dark Phoenix, 2019. Then we've got Ellen Burstyn, who plays the elderly Murph, the elderly that we see her from a child and into an adult, and then we see in her old age. And so that's the elder one is played by Ellen Burstyn. She was in Last Picture Show, 1971. She got quite a career. Exorcist, 1973. Requiem for a Dream, 2000. The Age of Adeline, 2015. And now this is interesting. She came back for The Exorcist Believer of 2023, last year. So she was in the original Exorcist, and she came back in the sequel or whatever remake. I've not seen it, actually, but I might try and get around to seeing that film. Anyway, let's move on. There's an actor I really like, John Lithgow. He plays Donald. He's not in it a massive amount, but he's there. I do like John Lithgow. He's a great actor. Some of his films: 1981 Blowout, Terms of Endearment, 1983. That was an Oscar-winning film, brilliant film that is. Um, the Twilight Zone, the movie, 1983, was in that. In Footloose, 1984. And he's in Santa Claus, the movie. Oh, yes, 1985. I love that one. Not everybody's cup of tea, I know. I love it. He's very funny in that. He's great. He's a baddie. He's playing a baddie. And Cliffhanger, 1993. Yeah, I think he plays a baddie in that as well. Rise of the Planet of the Apes, 2011. He was in that. And he's in, and I think this is really good. He's in the remake of Pet Sematary 2019. I think he's good. I know it gets a lot of flack, the remake, and yeah, it is maybe as good as the original. But for me, he's excellent in it. I really like him. Anyhow, then we've got Michael Caine. Oh, well, he's a legend, Michael Caine. Now he plays the Professor John Brand. What an actor! Going right back to Zulu, 1964. We got Alfie, 1966. All these classic films. $1 Million Brain, 1967. The Italian Job, of course, 1969. Get Carter, 1971. Sleuth, 1972. Educating Rita. I love Educating Rita, 1983. Mona Lisa. It goes on, doesn't it? And go on. And he even was, don't forget, he was in the Batman Nolan films. So he was in Batman Begins, 2005, The Dark Knight, 2008, Dark Knight Rises, 2012. He was in the trilogy. And his last film, because he's retired now, was last year, The Great Escaper. Absolutely wonderful career. So you're saying, Bayek, what's this story about? Oh, no, sorry, I should just make one. It's not a big appearance, but yeah, I should just say Matt Damon is Dr. Mann. It is quite a crucial, but it's not a very big appearance. Matt Damon, because he's known for all sorts of things. Got films like Saving Private Ryan, The Talent, and his Mr. Ripley. That one's excellent. And of course, the Bourne films. The Bourne Identity, 2002. The Bourne Ultimatum, 2007. Bourne Supremacy, 2004. I could go on. And of course, he was in Oppenheimer. Yes. So that's Matt Damon. Anyhow, what is it about the film? It is really, Earth is becoming uninhabitable and the future is not good. So NASA, I'm working kind of secretly, but they decide, because for whatever reasons, Cooper, who is a farmer but an ex-NASA pilot, they really want him to go on this trip because they need this trip to, well, explore and find new planets, because they want a new planet so that will hopefully save mankind, because humans are going to disappear the way the planet is if we don't get a way of getting out of the planet. Because we're seeing it already in the film, we see what's happening. And so with some more scientific people involved with NASA, they go out exploring. But the human element is very much because he's got a very close relationship with his family, particularly Murph, is because he's a single father, and his son and daughter are very important. He's got a great relationship with them, and we see that all through the film. And they go out and they go through a black hole and out into the expanse to find a planet that might be habitable, that will save humankind. But of course, the thing is, when you go traveling, we get into the thing about the aging bit. So you can, it may only be, I don't know, a few days that you've gone somewhere and back, but to people on Earth, it could be 7 years, it could be 12 years. There is this dynamic that you get with space travel, that you don't age like the people you leave behind. And that is fundamentally part of this film, about the people and about the sense of aging and dying. And you've got that running there because the need to save humanity is very there. What I'd like to say about this film, why it's so good, is because it looks fantastic, but it's not boring. Hello, 2001 Space Odyssey, because that was spectacular, but it wasn't very... This has got all the humanity in it. It's a beautiful film to look at. No one does this. The effects are great that are used as well. It's an amazing film. It's a spectacular film. So visually, it's a feast, but also, and I think that's the important part, is the human side to it very much. And I think that's so important in this film. And that's what makes it, elevates it totally. It's not some sort of cold film like 2001 Space Odyssey is. I know a lot of people love it, absolutely love it, but for me, I've never got on with it that well. Whereas this is just so different, but yet, in a way, it's hopeful and optimistic. But it is also that, you know, how life is, how it changes, and the people that we leave behind may be such an important part of our life as beings. Part of them is with us, but it also, there's so much regret as well, and things that we should do and tell them, and we get all those kind of things in this, which is fantastic. It really is. I absolutely love it. So I highly recommend this film. I really do. I don't know why I haven't reviewed this before. It's in my collection, and I'll just show you it. I've got the 4K. Yeah, look, this is the 4K of it, and it's one of my best looking films. It looks absolutely fantastic. There it is. And the other great thing about this, I don't know, now they wouldn't release it or like this, or it would cost a lot more money than when I got it, because this is quite an early release. But we've got 3 discs in here. We've got the 4K there. Then we've got the Blu-ray. And then we've got a whole disc on special features. I spent ages watching this, trying to understand all the scientific stuff. But it goes into so much depth, and also about the science, but also about the production, interviews with so many people involved in this film. It is an amazing disc, and I don't know why I haven't reviewed this before, because I absolutely loved it. I just came across it in the collection last week, and I thought, well, I've got to watch this, and such a fantastic film. I don't know why more people don't talk about it, really. Interstellar. You know, everybody will be going on about Oppenheimer, but I bet I don't feel the same about Oppenheimer as I do about this one. This one is great, absolutely masterclass in filmmaking, but with humanity. One of the criticisms is that he doesn't have that side in him. He's got plenty of emotion, and I say it's a great script as well as a spectacular visual feast. Yeah, that's what it is. So, you know, if you love sci-fi and the sort of sense of almost adventure about space travel, which I love, I always love space travel and the possibilities, then this is all there. And the wormhole sequences and that just look so good, the way they've done it. Oh, yeah. And then we get into even more interesting areas about dimensions, which is in the last part of the film, which is how they send messages back to Earth and how they can do that. And when they're at the other side of the universe, but perhaps in a different dimension as well. We get all that, and it's spectacularly displayed in the film. I can't really describe. You've got to see the film to understand exactly perhaps what I'm saying, but it's really special seeing it. Anyhow, I've gone on a bit too long, I think, but there it is. Highly recommended, and it is a 4K, and I'm really pleased to have this in my collection. Yes. So, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. We'll let you know when I put out these videos. And also have a look at the playlist and see what else I do. And I do all sorts of things, and hopefully film reviews and a bit of music and all nostalgia as well. All that. If you like this particular video, please give it a like. It gets it out into YouTube and algorithms and all that stuff, And if you got any comments, please put your comments down. I love to read your comments. I always answer your comments. And it'll cost note. Can't say fairer than that, can they? By heck, you can't. So, all I've got to say is, I'll see thee again.